welcome to episode 282 of Magic the Amateuring.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast for people learning the game of Magic, returning to the game of Magic, who just enjoy the game of Magic, or who don't understand what's happening.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Maria.
And one of us is the real Maria, but how do you know which one?
That's right. I only tell lies, and Maria only tells the truth.
So figure that puzzle out.
Figure that one out.
It might take a couple hours, but you'll get there. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us this week, whether you're Maria as well or just anybody out there in listener or viewer land. Meghan and I are back from GP Vegas.
Yes.
As of yesterday.
We arrived, we landed, we recovered, are recovering still, arguably.
Meghan is feeling the Vegas pains. Trademark Maria Bartholdi 2018.
You really want to have your name on that?
The Vegas pains.
Maria Bartholdi's Vegas pains.
Sounds actually, like a review.
That sounds like that sounds like a show I'd go see.
That show is currently in one of the hotels in Vegas, like at Circus.
Yep.
It's just a terrible place. So it's been running for 10 years.
Yep.
4 nights a week, 2 shows a day.
But
the Vegas
the 4 nights a week it's running are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, they are not putting this thing in a primo slot. No. Yeah, we did a bunch of cool stuff in Vegas, and it hit us hard, but it was super fun, and so we were so excited to go and hang out with everybody and meet a lot of people who love the show, which was great.
That's right. In fact, this week on the show, we'll be bringing you our top 5 news / which is this week, Vegas happenings.
Vegas happenings.
Then we'll have some questions from the MTA mailbag. We'll talk M19 previews, give you a Vegas tournament report, and bring you a brand new segment about which we are very excited.
You will love it. Guaranteed.
We are very excited.
It's called The Button. So
that's all the preview we're going to give you.
Before we start our show, big thanks to everybody who supports the show and keeps it going on patreon.com/MTAcast. Thank you so much for your patronage. You can join too. You can become a patron for as little as $5 a month, which translates into $1.25 an episode, or however you want to split it down. Cents a day is what Meghan says, and that's true.
Per day.
That is true.
You could easily lose the amount of spare change that you're giving us each day,
and you would
not know it.
You wouldn't know.
So send us $5 a month. You won't even know you're doing it.
Like, seriously? Would you notice if I stole $5 from you every month?
No.
If I just stole it from you?
No, I wouldn't.
Right.
Also, especially if it was just like, honestly, I think that you could once a month take a $5 bill from me and I would not notice that. Yeah. But especially if what you were doing was every day coming in and taking 15 cents.
Right?
I would just be like, what's going on?
So far,
I don't think I would ever notice. I wouldn't even be like, what's going on?
No, you wouldn't. Know. You'd be like, why is your hand down my couch? If our show is something you value, please consider becoming a member. It's super cool. It's like a little fan club. You get access to our Discord chat and special Patreon-only content and more special patron stuff happening in the near future.
I am so certain that there is no change in my couch that I will go home and check. And any change that is in my couch, I will give to you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm about to make 78 cents and I'm so excited.
I mean, I think you're about to make nothing.
I'm going to spend it on an old time Diet Pepsi from my high school vending machine.
Wow.
Which was 50 cents.
Nice.
Really excited. Thank you, of course, to Card Kingdom as well. Head over to cardkingdom.com/MTAcast if you want to buy some sweet new cards.
Yes. Or if you want to buy some sweet new boosters, or you want to pre-order an M19 box.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Because do you know what? That stuff's coming your way so soon.
Sooner than you think.
Sooner than you realize.
I thought.
Sooner than soon.
Sooner than soon, M19 coming your way. And Card Kingdom's so awesome. I've seen so many sweet tokens that they've made for people. And by the way, you can now request a sticker with your order from Magic the Amateuring. And they'll include one. They're restocked, everybody. I got them restocked. And there are brand new Good Luck High Five stickers with a special secret on them. If you got one in Vegas, by the way, the website on there is technically up and running, but it is not really. You'll go to the website, depending on when you listen to this, and it'll be like a picture of some succulents. It's like a placeholder. So just wait. It is coming. It's just not there quite yet.
Do it.
Just some beautiful succulents.
Yeah, just some really nice plants.
Magic the Amateuring. Just some really nice plants. If you're a plant, quick question, what plant would you be?
Ooh, great question.
Thank you.
Bamboo.
Wow, of all plants.
I really like bamboo.
Bamboo is a good choice.
Yeah. Plus I'm an invasive species.
I would be a birch tree.
Ooh, birch trees are very nice.
They're so pretty.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, that's all.
All right.
It's time for your top 5 things in magic this week. And this week's special edition, they're all about GP Vegas.
That's right. Vegas. What we made up a slogan for Vegas.
Yes. Your bad decisions
are our business opportunities.
There you go.
Vegas. Also, Vegas. It's essentially the experience of eating a cupcake over a trash can.
So at GP Vegas, this is not thing number 1, but they were giving out cupcakes for the 25th anniversary. Mm-hmm. You can see this in our vlog, which will be live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MDAcast this week. And we were eating them over a trash can. It just occurred to us that this experience was much like Vegas itself.
It basically encapsulates Vegas.
Yes, so very well.
You're eating a delicious cupcake. But you are standing over a trash can.
Yeah. So thing number 1, so this was kind of the thing that most people were talking about the whole weekend was the beta draft that happened at Vegas.
Oh, snap. We know people who entered in every beta qualifier.
Yes, we do.
Wow.
We played in one, or I played in one rather.
You did?
Yeah.
I forgot.
I went 0-2 drop. You couldn't lose a single time and make the top 8 because you did a sealed for the beta draft qualifier and then you did a top 8 draft.
Yeah.
And then you won and you were one of 8 slots.
Yeah. So. I did not play any of them.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Can I say something generally about Vegas? I should wait and say this in the next segment.
Okay. Then don't.
I'm going to wait. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, the beta draft thing happened. It was really cool. They broadcast it on Twitch. We got to see some power open, some sweet beta packs. We saw a Mox Emerald happen. We saw a Time Walk happen.
Yes.
We saw an Underground Sea get cracked.
That's right. 2 of those taken by Ben Stark.
Yes. Ben Stark.
Luckiest
value
human being in the world on Sunday. Probably.
And Martin Yuza was in this top 8 beta draft qualifier. Oh, wait, that was not the only top 8 he was in this weekend.
That's right.
He also made the modern top 8, everybody.
Which was his 30th
Grand Prix
GP top 8.
Unbelievable.
Just absurd.
I saw him in the elevator going back up to the rooms at the end of the night. And I was like, Martin, how'd you do in the draft, the beta draft? Because we had only watched the actual drafting portion. We hadn't seen the games or anything. And he's like, well, I have a time walk. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was super cool and really nostalgic for a lot of people, really emotional to see the packs from the early days get opened. But the drafts were just utter garbage. You can't.
Oh, the decks themselves. You cannot make coherent decks out of beta drafts.
No. There's 5 lands a pack.
They said that Tim was his name?
Yeah. Tim Rivera was the winner.
Yes, and he had 23 playables.
Yes,
and that's why he won. He had a real deck. He had a Sengir Vampire, and everyone's just like, wow, that's unbeatable.
He had 2 copies of Terror as well, which turns out is a good removal spell. Yeah, just straight up. And
so it's pretty sweet.
The only person who played 2 colors, I want to say too. I don't know, but
maybe.
Anyway, great job to Tim. Some cool stories out of that. As well.
It's hilarious. If you go back, you should go back and watch the draft. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Also, there are packs that have 5 lands in them,
and they were wearing white gloves at the top to open the packs. There's a did you read Mark Caldero's tweet kind of tree? What is it called?
Tweet tree?
That's what I'm going to call it. His tweet thread where he talked about one of the people who qualified. Yeah. Who is from New York, old school player. Yeah. Go follow him on Twitter. That was a really cool story, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Thing number 2, modern happened.
Yes.
And if you were to make a bet at the start of the weekend, who was going to win it, we would have both been right.
Yes, because do you know what? Who are you betting on right now besides Matt Nass?
You're wrong. If it's not Matt Nass,
you're wrong. He won it again.
I was going to say that's unbelievable, but it's not because we literally both said it's going to be Matt Nass.
Yes.
And then it was.
Someone said that his record across the last 3 modern GPs is 36-6. 36 wins, 6 losses across 3 tournaments.
So just for some context, Matt Nass plays Clark Clan Ironworks, a really, in my opinion, stupid deck that uses a lot of artifacts and blah, blah,
Maria,
blah, blah.
Matt Nass has $20,000+. So I don't know how much ground you have to stand on here.
I guess what I'm saying is it's dumb in that it is very, very good and consistent at doing what it wants to do. And a lot of times the opponent has no chance to disrupt the deck. And it's pretty powerful. And Matt Nass won the last modern Grand Prix he played.
Matt Nass won the last modern Grand Prix he played.
Done.
And then he won this one.
Then he won this one.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, really, really impressive stuff from him.
Obviously, there are tons of people being like, ban this deck. And do you know what? I just have to say, like, why? Like, I would not ban anything out of this deck until I see someone else do well with it, right? Like, sure. I'm not convinced. And I was even telling someone, like, there were a bunch of new people on it, like pro players on it at GP Toronto, the team Unified GP.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I know that a lot of those players weren't on it then this weekend. And so it's just sort of like, guess what? If not everybody, exactly. If not everybody is winning with it, like, why?
Yeah.
Why ban something?
It's very hard to pilot.
Yes.
And takes a lot of expertise, and you've got to be fast. You've got to have amazing shuffling ability as well. But
some people still have though rekindled the call to ban ancient stirrings. There we go.
Yeah.
They call it the Green Ponder.
The Green Ponder, because there's a lot of traditional Tron in the top 8 as well.
There are some busted decks that use it.
Yes, I agree. I don't know, maybe.
Which is some justification for potentially banning something.
You know what I feel like Wizards has been doing is printing hate cards in new sets to try and deal with this kind of stuff. Yeah. Is that like an effective strategy?
Like damping sphere.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, like can KCI combo off if there's a damping sphere in play?
I mean, there's Rest in Peace, there's Stony Silence. These things get that deck as well, but yet it persists.
We were even saying when I was playing online testing for this GP, I was playing Scape Shift and I beat KCI just with I had a Beast Within and an Ancient Grudge.
Yeah, there you go.
And a Lightning Bolt. And sure, that's 3 things to deal with what they're doing, but it still felt like it's not unbeatable.
Good point. Good point.
That's my argument. Part of me also just wants to be like, do you know what? If Matt Nass just wants to show up to every modern GP and win it, part of me is like, just let him.
He's like, what do I want to do this weekend?
At least he's not playing something.
Winning modern GP?
You know. At least he's not playing something like Jund.
Whoa, what's
Sick burn on Jund.
What's with this Jund hate? Oh my gosh, I would much rather play against Jund.
Yeah, I mean, but it's boring.
I like it. It's, quote unquote fair. There's creatures and stuff happening.
Here's my argument.
What?
Matt Nass is not thought seizing anyone.
Okay.
So is he really a villain? My argument is no.
True. Thoughtseize is terrible. And if whoever plays that card should feel bad in their soul.
Yes, you really should. This is to everyone out there who has casted Thoughtseize this past weekend. Do you feel bad? Do you?
Thing number 3, not only was Modern happening, a beta draft happening, Limited was happening too. Limited. And the winner of this was Michael Burnett playing a blue-white historic deck in his top 8 draft.
Ooh, very cool.
Managed to beat up Wizards, but it was a rough going, but he managed to get there. So congratulations to him. We also played in this tournament, and we'll give you a little bit more of a report of that going on later. But yeah, Limited happened. A lot of people love it.
Yeah. It's still great.
Some crazy stuff happened. We'll go into it. Thing number 4, we met a lot of people.
We did meet a lot of awesome people.
So if you came up and said hi to us or asked us to sign something, gave us a high five or even a smile,
this is a shout out to you.
Thank you. It was great to see everybody there. And it meant a lot to us, to everybody who said that they like our show or they get something out of it. It was really, really important to us. So thank you.
I got to sit kitty corner from Autumn Burchett.
Oh, yes.
Burchett. Anyways, they locked up silver.
Yes. Congratulations,
Autumn. It was also just delightful to get to sit kitty corner. Kitty corner.
Yeah. Caddy corner is only what you call it when you sit kitty corner from a caddy at a golf club.
Oh. Get out of here. Leave. Anyways, piloting Tron.
Cool. The normal Tron?
The normal Tron. Wait, what's non-normal Tron?
Eldrazi Tron.
Ugh, no.
Mono blue Tron.
I would take away my congratulations if it was Eldrazi Tron.
Meghan hates Eldrazi Tron.
Do you know what? You have to have a stance on Eldrazi Tron, and that's mine. It is reprehensible no matter who is piloting it.
You know what? At least you have a stance. I just dropped my pen. I'm so excited. You say thing number 5 while I pick this up.
Yes, thing number 5, previews, wedding, etc.
Yep. There you go. There is M19 preview cards happening at GP Vegas.
I just read Maria's notes.
There they are.
There were tons of preview cards.
There was oversight. They previewed Nicol Bolas himself at the VIP party.
Flip card Nicol Bolas.
I know.
One side, a big flying dragon person.
That's cool.
No, not a dragon person. Just a dragon.
Well, he has legs like a person. He walks upright. It's weird.
Don't all dragons?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because if they walk on all fours, then they're a different thing.
Are they?
No, wait. It's if their arms are wings. If their front arms are wings, then there's something else. But if their front arms are arms, then they're a dragon.
Wait, there are dragons. There are things whose front arms aren't arms. They're just wings?
Yeah.
That's not a thing. That's a bird.
What am I thinking of?
A bird.
Oh,
You're thinking of a bird.
No, they look like a dragon, but there's a difference if they have arms or if they have wings on their front.
Yes. The first one is a dragon and the second one's a bird.
Somebody help me out. Please tell me what I'm thinking about. Use the hashtag wing arms not bird.
Wait, just to clarify, that hashtag is hashtag wing arms not bird.
Correct. I'm gonna just Google it. Dragon with wings for arms. I'm not sure what I'm hoping to find.
I don't know what you're hoping.
There we go. Wyvern. That's what it is.
Sure. Okay.
2 wings, 2 legs is a wyvern. Dragon, 6 total limbs, including 2 wings and 4 arms or legs. Drake, 4 limbs, none of which are wings.
I thought drakes could fly.
Yeah, they can in Magic.
Worm.
I don't know.
No limbs. Amphitheater, 2 wings, no other limbs?
Oh, that's weird.
Weird. Kieran, 4 limbs, no wings. Lindworm, 2 limbs, no wings. Well, anyways.
A lindworm.
We've really...
It's a lindworm. That's what I think. A flying worm.
What?
Just with no arms and legs, just slaps you with its body in the air.
What if, it's just light enough to float and then it wiggles around like a snake.
A snake butterfly?
Yeah, a snake bird.
But yes, also there was a wedding that happened at GP Vegas.
Yes.
You can see pictures of it in the Magic Pro Tour account, I'm pretty sure. That was kind of neat. Reed Duke was randomly the best man. They read the text from Soul Bond as a reading at the wedding.
There was a giant angel statue in the background.
Yeah, and Karn was there. We met Karn.
Oh, yeah, we did meet Karn.
It was cool. I told Meghan.
Karn very kindly gave us some snacks.
You did. Gave us some chocolate.
It was great.
Thank you, Karn. And
well, it had hazelnuts in it, but it's okay.
I ate it. I ate it all.
I ate it also. I was very hungry.
And when I met Karn, it was so funny. It was like when you're a child and if you weren't terrified of Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, you went up and said hi to them and you're just like, wow, that's how I felt when I saw Karn.
I was the kid who was scared.
Oh, I was.
Did you not find him a little scary?
Absolutely.
Very, not scary, intimidating.
No.
He's just so big.
Why would I sit on a strange man's lap? Just why?
I can't answer that question for you.
So, but I mean, if you were a child who enjoyed that, that was the experience.
I'm saying in the Karn instant, I was intimidated.
Oh, you were intimidated. He was very tall.
Karn was so big. It was just the sheer size is kind of unbelievable when you're right there next to him.
Yeah. It's just so impressive.
It's really cool.
Lots of cool cosplay going on that weekend as well. And etc. Just everything else that happened.
Everything else also. Well, I think we covered it. Previews,
we
wedding, etc.
We covered it. Check out our vlog on YouTube.
Check.
for more information on our exploits. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick dip into our mailbag here with some super fun questions from listeners who are patrons on our Discord chat.
That's right. HollowPoint82 asks, do you think there is a CMC sweet spot in Dominaria? For example, in Triple Ixalan, the 2-drop slot was key, but I've noticed that overall the 2 slot is weaker in Dominaria. In fact, most of the good 2-drops have kicker and are very rarely played on turn 2.
Great question, HollowPoint.
Great question.
This is something that is excellent to think about at any point in a format, especially when you're building. Well, this is a little different for sealed and draft, but knowing the answer to this is critical.
Yes. I would answer the most important spot is the one where you're putting all of your skittering surveyors.
3.
So 3.
Yes. Well, I mean, like that's for real. Like
I do feel like 4 is where you start getting the really hard hitters.
Yeah.
And so like making sure that whatever 4-drops you're playing are like very, very good.
Yes.
Because most people's 4s are going to be very, very good.
I mean, like we just straight up have a 4/4/4.
Yeah,
in multiple colors.
There's like Baloth Gorger, like Thalid Omnivore,
Rampaging Cyclops.
Yeah, Rampaging Cyclops call the cavalry.
Yep.
Aven Sentry even.
Yeah.
It was like not the most impressive of the white flyers, but it's like if you don't have a Sarah Angel, it's like the 3/2 flyer.
There you go.
Okay.
Like deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you need to have strong strong 3s, and in black, I think there's a card that's kind of really emblematic of this. Thalid, Deathspore Thalid.
Oh, Deathbloom Thalid.
Deathbloom Thalid.
Yeah.
Where it
The
dies.
3/2 and it makes a
3/2 dies. You make a sapperling when it dies.
Yeah.
Is just like the example of an excellent 3 in this format.
Yeah, I do feel like there's 4 is where you start getting, like we said, like the really like the great cards, the cards that are going to hit and you're going to want to have them to have a big impact. But that being said, I realized that I was losing games, or I could get my opponents to lose games if they were not putting in enough solid 2s or 3s. Because I think people for a while were like, Dominaria Limited is so slow, it's okay to have like a big stack of 4s and not a lot of 2s or 3s to back it up. And it just turned out that you could like tempo someone out of the game very rapidly if you just had some really solid 2s and 3s, and they didn't.
I will say your 2-drop has to do something.
Yeah.
So your example that we were kind of having a little bit of a talk about this at the GP was Mesa Unicorn.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not super interested in this card, but then I thought about it. And I think the reason I said that is because I didn't have any way to monopolize the unicorn.
Yeah.
Is that what I mean? Capitalize on the unicorn. Yeah. So like if I have the 1/3 Pegasus Courser who's going to send that up into the air, thumbs up. Great. Yeah. I'm putting it in.
I guess I would argue that like even without a Pegasus Courser, I want a Mesa Unicorn. If I'm in white and my pool has a Mesa Unicorn, I'm playing it. Because it's going to make sure that when I get to the late game and I'm playing my powerful cards, I have enough of a life buffer that I'm not going to have to do anything dumb like trade my Sarah Angel for a Baloth Gorger.
I guess maybe that's in sealed, but in draft, I would prioritize it much lower than I would in Ixalan.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I would draft it highly. I'm talking about like in a sealed pool when I'm building it. If I'm in white, I'd be like, I'm putting in this Mesa Unicorn.
Yeah.
I think that draft is like a little bit more synergistic.
Yeah.
That being said, if I'm in white, if I'm drafting white, I'm probably still going to try and pick up and play a Mesa Unicorn. I'm not going to pick it up above like obviously like removal or like a really good 3 or 4. But if there's like if it's between like Mesa Unicorn and I'm trying to think of something that's like fine.
Are you taking it over an Aven Sentry? Because in Triple Ixalan, you would
That's a great question.
Which is, you would take the Bishop Soldier.
It depends on how many other flyers I have.
Okay.
If I have a flyer already, then I take the Unicorn. If I don't have a flyer yet, I probably take the Sentry.
Okay. So yeah. Does that answer your question?
Right? I don't know.
Maybe?
I just like, have you not noticed that you would get tempoed out of games?
No. I think I got powered out of games.
Okay. I definitely felt like there were even matches this past weekend where my opponents like just didn't do anything substantial until 4 or 5. And if I had gone like Sapperling Migration, Deathbloom Thalid Omnivore, I could just like my Thalid Omnivore would just kill them, or it would eat like I would attack in. They'd have to block with their 4/4. I'd eat a Sapperling, and then they're just like they've spent their great card and their turn 5 like losing to me.
I guess I'm just worried about stuff like Tolarian Scholar blanking whatever I do on 2 or something like that. You know,
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess Yeah, Tolarian Scholar is like, that's the kind of card where it's like, that's the kind of 3 that I'm talking about, where it's like, you need to have something like that.
But if I don't have a Tolarian Scholar on 3, I feel like, and I'm going to pass it and it's on turn 4, I don't feel very good.
Exactly. So I feel like people have been neglecting that a little bit.
So I guess my answer would be 3, but keep in mind that 2 can be important as well. All right. So that was a really long question, but a very good one as well.
That was that was a great question.
Oh, a very important question here from Worst Artist. Yes. What's Maria's all-time favorite Bare Naked Lady song? Great question. Yeah. We went and saw Bare Naked Ladies in Vegas. We did. By the way, it was awesome. Great. I got to meet Ed, the lead singer. I'm still having a freak out moment about it. I was very nervous. I said hi. Got a picture with him. It was really cool. To answer your question, God, I should have even thought about this more. Probably Life in a Nutshell is one of my all-time favorites, and it's an oldie, but a goodie. Never Is Enough is probably right up there. They might be tied. So, yeah, there you go.
Mine is The Old Apartment.
Oh, yes. Great one.
The Great Charta asks, will you be attending GP Pittsburgh? We will be working.
Yes, we'll be working there.
And then a couple of people wanted to know if we were following the saga of the NPR raccoon.
I hope you were.
Of course.
Yes,
of course we were is the answer.
A raccoon climbed up a tower.
22 stories. 25, I think, by the time it was at the top.
It just went. It went for it.
It went.
All the way to the top.
Yes. It was, luckily, people were very worried about it.
Yes.
Because it had started climbing up, and it literally just, we're talking about like it scaled the side of a building.
Like it crawled
up a building. 22 stories, and then stopped for a break on a window ledge. And people were just like, oh my God, they couldn't get it down. It's 22 stories up. You can't open windows on a 22 story building. Like the 22nd story, you can't open that window. So everyone was very worried, but they put out like a little like trap with some food on the roof. And that night the raccoon got to the roof.
Yay.
And was safe.
Good job, raccoon. My question is, Megan, what were you doing that day?
I don't know what you're talking. I was home. I wasn't feeling great, so I just didn't see or talk to anyone.
Okay.
I was home. You can ask my cat. She knows that I was there.
Can't cross-reference your alibi here.
No, I am pretty sure if you check, I probably was logged into my email at some point. You can go back and see like if I was.
Were you? How are your legs and arms feeling, by the way?
I'm tired, but we were just in Vegas. They're very sore, but we were in Vegas.
I brought a can of cat food here. I want you to. How do you feel about that? Do you want that?
That's not appetizing to me at all.
All right.
I don't want it even a little bit.
Everyone draw your own conclusions about what the real story behind NPR Raccoon was. Okay.
Someone asked, what card would it be? But I think it's obvious that it's Squirrel Dealer.
Oh, Squirrel Dealer, 100%.
Yeah.
110% Squirrel Dealer.
Some people said it should have reach.
Yes.
This one should have reach. Perfect. It's very true.
Roman Goro wants to know, what is the correct layer order for a burger?
Ooh, great question.
I don't know. I put ketchup on top of all of the other things.
I go like bun, burger, cheese.
Yes.
Oh, now it gets difficult.
Onions. No, bacon, onions, lettuce, ketchup, top of burger.
Okay, done. Bottom of burger, patty, cheese, ketchup, mustard, pickles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Tomato. No, gosh.
I've realized I've never really thought about this.
Okay, I'm putting tomato and pickles on it. So here's my ideal order. I will say that I don't think that this happens. Okay. Bottom bun.
Bottom bun.
Bottom bun.
Go.
Ketchup, mustard, pickles, patty, cheese, tomato, lettuce, top of bun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what McDonald's does. They put the sauce on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because you're putting a tomato on the top. Like I feel like if you're putting tomato, lettuce on top of the burger, to me you should put the sauces under the burger.
Sauces under the burger.
Having this conversation.
Anyway, great question.
All right,
great question, everybody. Thank you. If you'd like to submit questions to us, gotta be a patron. You can join our Discord chat, which is filled with great people, cat photos, and fun times.
A lot of cat photos.
Yeah, we love it.
Someone this weekend came up to me and was like, "Oh, I need to get added to the Discord. I sent y'all a message." It's Carolyn, and I was like, Yeah, of course. Just so you know, it's mostly cat photos. It's mostly cat photos. Someone asks, Worst Artist says, would raccoons have banding?
Yes, 100%.
Right, yes, obviously. Okay. And that is all for our mailbag this week. If you are a patron of the show, head on over to the Discord, drop a question into the mailbag, whether it is as important as what order is the correct order for burgers layering, or, you know, what is the most important, slot in the draft format.
Yeah.
The whole range. We'll obviously answer all of them.
Preview card.
Hey everyone, M19. Holy cow.
It is coming out so
right
soon.
Around the freaking corner.
This weekend is the pre-release with our buddies Loading Ready Run.
What?
If you can believe that.
Roll you out of here in a hamster ball. I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's how I felt every day in Vegas. Just roll me out of here in a hamster ball. That's coming up this weekend, so be sure to check that out.
Do it.
And then next weekend, that means that's the pre-release.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Oh, that explains so much in my life.
So crazy.
Amulet of Safekeeping.
Yes, this is our preview
jumped
card.
Into it.
Here we go.
I just said the name. Amulet of Safekeeping. 2 mana. Artifact, rare. Whenever you become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. Creature tokens get -1/-0.
Wow.
Whether it is magical, lucky, or merely old, it is cherished, and that gives it power.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All right.
Sweet flavor text and a sweet rare here.
Yeah.
That's basically what we call a hate card.
Yes.
For Modern.
Once again, although I have to say, do you know what? So far, still not working.
I mean, we'll see. So what does this card do? It, I guess it tones down Mardu Pyromancer, I guess a little bit.
That's true. It does.
It stops Storm. So they're going to have to pay 1 every time they're targeting you with that grape shot.
That's true. But Storm already, the key against Storm is that you have to have multiple stuff like this out. Because otherwise they're just echoing truth and you're done for anyways.
They just get rid of it.
But yeah, in theory, I mean, even Kark Clan Ironworks, KCI, because, you know, they do eventually start targeting you.
Yep, that's true. And it costs 2, and it's it's colorless, so it can go in any sideboard.
Do you know what? I wish that this kept me from getting Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize happens on 1.
It could stop you from getting blasted by a walking ballista.
Ooh, that's true.
That's a thing. I hate walking ballistas. So.
I also hate walking ballista.
This stops that.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah.
But we're like,
whenever
every time
you become, so it's not your creatures, it's only
But
you.
if they were just like, if it has like 3 counters and they're trying to kill you, that'd be like 1 and pay 1 and then another 1 and pay 1. Yeah. Because that's each time, right?
That's how walking ballistas should work. Tap it. What is this card? Anyway. Yeah. Sorry.
What is this card? Walking Ballista. What is this card? Anyways, Amulet of Safekeeping.
It's our preview card. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Although also, Maria.
What?
This is a hit on your favorite deck in Standard.
Because my tokens shrink
not
down?
Your favorite one, but like you've wanted to see tokens happen.
Yes, but I mean that deck doesn't exist anyway.
Yeah, that's true, and this is hardly the biggest culprit.
No, I don't even care. You can shrink my token down. I'm kind of okay with that. I'll just put stuff on it and make it bigger. But like the man, it doesn't hit the butt, as we say, like Chain Whirler does. So, okay, whatever. But I mean, Goblin Chain Whirler is just like killing everything I love right now.
That's true.
And so irrelevant.
Literature, great films.
Oh, Goblin Chain Whirler, why you gotta do this to me?
Good weather.
Good weather.
Kills all of those things.
My gas tank is somehow empty
all the time.
Every time I go in.
I did have to go to the gas station on the way here. It's part of why I was running late.
Oh.
You all don't know that I was running late, but Maria knows that I was running late. Yeah. And then the one by my house is closed.
Why?
I don't know. They said that they're updating their credit card machine, but that seems like a weird excuse.
We know something fishy's going on.
Anyways, I hate getting gas was really the reason why I started talking about this.
Oh, do you hate it like
so tedious?
As much as I hate going to the grocery store?
Probably. It's to the point. So literally the needle on my car was resting basically at empty. And I still was like, I wonder if I can make it to the office.
I mean,
because
seriously.
I hate stopping to get gas. It's the worst.
I don't mind it. But what I do, which is like, what kind of person are you, dude? Are you the kind of person who waits until your needle is all the way done to fill up your tank?
Oh, that's
or are you like, oh, I'm at a quarter of a tank, I should fill it up. I wait all until it's all gone, and then I go. Yeah. Because I feel like that's more value somehow.
It's true. And do you know what? I don't spend money on many things. Like I'm a fairly frugal person. And I would literally pay an extra $10 per fill up if it just happened.
Wow, Meghan is starting a new service. Gas.
Yeah. If someone came, grabbed my card, took it, got gas, and dropped my car off again, I would pay $10 each time.
I bet you $1 million you can.
Wow, I should look into this.
I feel like sometime I was using Waze, there was an ad for such a service.
Wow.
But I might be completely out of my mind.
Oh my God. That's how much I hate it. Also, I don't drive like super a ton, so I'm not filling up my gas tank all that often.
Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is the mare cycle.
Ooh, ponies.
A bunch of ponies happening
in
every color. Scary. This one is the scariest pony. Plague mare. 1 black for a 2/2 nightmare horse. It can't be blocked by white creatures. When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn.
Yep.
Why? Yep. Why is there so much hate? Did they think the tokens deck, whatever? I don't know which tokens deck, the one where you're scrying and killing stuff and all that kind of stuff was going to be out of control?
Like anointed procession tokens? I don't know.
No, the one with the hidden stockpile deck? Mm-hmm. Because it's not. Anyway, I'm so upset. But Plague Mare exists now. And also these other mares. This is a good horse.
Vine Mare. 2 green for a 5/3 elemental horse. Hexproof. Can't be blocked by black creatures. Ooh.
I like it. Yeah. Obviously.
This seems like a sweet cycle.
Seems like a sweet horse.
Ponies.
There's a white pony as well.
Ooh.
Oh, there
Shield
it is.
Mare.
It can't be blocked. This one is just a horse, by the way.
Yeah. This isn't any kind of, not a nightmare horse, not an elemental horse. In white,
just a horse.
Just a horse.
2/3. It can't be blocked by red creatures. When it enters the battlefield or becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you gain 3 life. Life gain is a theme in M19.
I love life. I love life gain.
And there's a blue horse. Go over to the top left link. Surge Mare.
Ooh, yeah. Blue for an 05 horse fish. Can't be blocked by green creatures. Great, this 05 can't be blocked. Whenever Surge Mare deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. 1 in a blue, Surge Mare gets a +2/-2 until end of turn. That's pretty sweet. I like that one.
Why don't they just call it, it's a seahorse? Come on.
Seahorse.
Call it what it is.
Surge horse. Surge horse, sea mare.
Sea mare.
Seahorse, surge mare. Lightning mare.
Oh, I'm a fire horse. Actually, it's another elemental. Red for a 3/1. It can't be countered. Lightning mare can't be blocked by blue creatures. Seems right. 1 in a red, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So it's a elemental horse with fire breathing.
Ooh.
Pony cycle.
This horse is sweet. These horses are all awesome.
If you're into My Little Pony, you just got rewarded. Especially here, Diamond Mare.
Wow.
It's a very pretty horse.
This is an artifact creature horse. It's a 1/3 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, you gain 1 life.
Just a little 1/3.
Just a little. It looks like it's made. I know that it's diamond. It looks like it's made of glass, though. It's really pretty.
Very pretty horse.
Yes.
Horses and dragons have been appearing a lot in these M19 spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, right? We're returning. What a fantasy world.
Yeah, horses and dragons.
World. Horses and dragons.
It's like Dominaria.
Okay. This card is,
Megan's very excited with this
card. Chromium the Mutable. I just love the art. Like this dragon is sweet.
This is a very
Chromium
good card.
the Mutable. 4 white, blue, black. Legendary creature, Elder Dragon. 7/7. Flash. This spell can't be countered. Flying. Discard a card. Until end of turn, Chromium the Mutable becomes a human with base power and toughness 1/1. Loses all abilities and gains hexproof. It can't be blocked this turn. Wow.
This card's really cool.
It's super cool.
You want to remove my card? Good luck.
Too bad. Like, as long as I have a card in hand, you just can't.
You just can't.
Hexproof.
Yeah.
Wow.
And can't be blocked.
And can't be blocked. The little 1/1 can't be blocked.
It's like impossible to deal with.
Oh, awesome.
Literal impossible.
Awesome. Reprinting Omniscience.
Omniscience is back. Welcome.
7 blue enchantment. You may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs.
Nonsense.
Okay.
And here's another dragon, a bunch of elder dragons. This one's a dragon skeleton. Bone dragon. 3 black for a 5/4 with flying. And you can pay 3 black to exile 7 other cards from your graveyard and return it to the battlefield tapped. We are seeing some mega power in this core set, by the way.
Absolutely.
Both of those cards, insanely powerful. So this is one that some people have been talking about. Mistcaller, which is going to hose graveyard decks.
Yeah.
A 1/1 for 1 at rare Merfolk Wizard. Sacrifice it until end of turn. If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead.
Wow. Rough.
I like that card.
Rough.
Deal with this.
Yes.
Anything
we have a
else?
Hydra.
Graveyard.
Hungering Hydra. X and a green. Hungering Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Classic Hydra.
Classic Hydra action.
Oh my God. We're the same person.
That was terrifying.
Hungering Hydra can't be blocked by more than one creature. Whenever damage is dealt to Hungering Hydra, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Wow. Nice.
It only grows.
I'm so hungry.
It has a lot of heads, you know?
Yeah. Yep, it really does.
And speaking of printing hate cards and hoping they will affect decks in Modern, here's one. Alpine Moon. For a single red, it's an enchantment at rare. When it enters the battlefield, choose a non-basic land card name. Lands your opponent's control with the chosen name. Lose all land types and abilities, and they gain tap and add 1 mana of any color. So you're stopping Tron. There you go. Another card to try and stop Tron. Will it work? I don't think it will do gosh darn anything, but there it is.
Wow. Also Valakut.
Yeah.
The Molten Pinnacle.
That's true. That is true.
This is a card that I thought was sweet when I saw it. It's a little weird.
Which one?
This card is weird. A Johnny's Last Stand.
Ooh.
2 white enchantment. Whenever a creature or planeswalker you control dies, you may sacrifice a Johnny's Last Stand. If you do, create a 4/4 white avatar creature token with flying. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, if you control a planes, create a 4/4 white avatar creature token with flying.
Wow. Yeah. So this is it just stays there. You can just keep making 4/4s?
No, you have to sacrifice it to make a 4/4.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
But it still is just like, hey, you know, like you can't attack unless you want me to like block and make a 4/4.
This card, by the way, is a Johnny gonna die?
I don't
to Nicol Bolas?
know. Poor Johnny.
Because
of all the planeswalkers I want to see brutally murdered by a dragon, he's not one.
Not
of them.
a Johnny.
Not a Johnny.
The art is showing him fighting Nicol Bolas.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know. Okay, we'll keep our eyes out for what happens. Does he become a 4/4 elemental cat?
I don't know. Does he?
I don't know.
Does he? Maria, you're excited for this card.
Yes, Resplendent Angel. 1 white for a mythic 3/3 angel. Flying, duh. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and Vigi. And then you can pay 6 in the form of 3 triple white. Until end of turn, Resplendent Angel gains +2/+2 and gains lifelink, so it becomes a 5/5 lifelinker.
Wow.
This card is excellent and gives me some ray of hope in the universe versus Chain Whirler. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, you play this on 3, then you play Shalai, everybody's got hexproof, and then you play Lyra, and they all get +1/+1. Deal with that.
Why not?
Yeah,
why
I
not?
think that's pretty cool.
Ouch.
Meghan, some very powerful reprints in this set.
Yes, Scapeshift among them.
Woo!
I love this art on Scapeshift.
It's excellent. It's like a bunch of pirate ships. It's probably Ixalan, huh?
It looks like it.
By the way, core sets, this is interesting.
Yeah.
They take place all over time and space.
Yes.
So many different planes
all
represented.
Over time and space. Crucible of Worlds.
Wow. What a reprint.
Reprinted.
Both these cards, like, very expensive. So excellent to see them reprinted.
Yeah.
How about this card for your elf deck?
Oh, Elvish Clan Caller?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about this.
Is it for real?
Our friend Chuck. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see is always the answer. Green, for a 1/1 elf druid. Other elves you control get +1/+1. 4 green, tap. Search your library for a card named Elvish Clan Caller. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Yeah, I don't know. We will see. Here's another Elder Dragon.
This one's sick.
Palladium Moors the Ruiner.
What a name.
What a name. That was my nickname in college.
Megan Wolf, the Ruiner.
The Ruiner. 3 red, green, white, legendary creature, Elder Dragon, 6/6, mythic, flying, vigilance, trample. Wow.
I mean, what more do you need?
Palladium Moors the Ruiner. Such a good name.
Oh, hexproof. Just kidding. Here you go.
Has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet. Wow. So you have to get hit by it before you can kill it.
This reminds me of Hearthstone card design.
Yeah.
Yes. Where they have something called stealth and cannot be targeted until they have attacked.
Ooh.
And I'm noticing that kind of creeping into Magic design, which is interesting.
Nicol Bolas the Ravager.
All right, let's talk about Nikki B.
Nikki B. So many Elder Dragons in this set. So many legendary dragons.
Okay, so he is a double face card.
Yes.
On the front side, he is, of course, his Nicol Bolas colors. 1 blue, black, red. He is the Ravager.
Yes.
A 4/4 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card because he's into that. Then you can do something pretty spicy. Pay 4 blue, black, red, exile him, then return him to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. Activate this ability, sorcery speed. Transforms.
Nicol Bolas the Arisen.
He's arisen. Was he dead? I don't know. But he's arising, apparently. Good morning.
Yeah. Maybe this is when he got his Planeswalker Spark. That's what this is talking about. I don't know.
Could be.
Anyways, 7 loyalty starting out. +2, draw 2 cards. Casual draw 2. -3, Nicol Bolas the Arisen deals 10 damage to target creature or planeswalker.
Okay.
Woof. -4, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. -12, exile all but the bottom card of target player's
I love that. Like, why not just the whole thing? Now they have one chance.
They get one. They get one card.
One card to deal
all
with
but the bottom card. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
He only costs 4 on the front.
Yeah, 7 to transform though. That's a lot.
Yes.
This is a 4/4 flyer for 4 on the front, which is also,
Yeah,
ouch.
and he's got to stay alive until the transform ability happens.
True. Wow.
And yeah, he does have arms as well as little Bolas legs.
Yeah, so he is a dragon as classified earlier in the show. Yes.
Wow.
Obviously, these are only a small sampling of the many cards previewed so far because we're about to hit the pre-release. By the end of this week, you'll be able to know all of the cards that are in M19. You'll be able to start thinking about what awesome things am I going to do?
Yeah. So check it out. My overall feeling, having seen just this sampling, is that M19 is much more powerful than I've ever seen a core set before.
Yeah, it certainly looks very powerful.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff.
I'm very excited to play it.
Hey, Ultra Pro, thanks for being sponsors of this show.
That's right. If you're looking for awesome playmats with amazing magic art, or sweet sleeves with magic art, or sleeves that shuffle, just like the easiest thing that you've ever shuffled in your life,
Ultra Pro's got your back.
I'll tell you a real story.
Let's hear it.
It's the end of the day on Friday of the GP.
Yeah.
So I've played like 7 rounds of Modern so far. I've shuffled a lot because I was playing Scape Shift.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shuffling. It's a lot of searching your library. And I sit down across from my opponent and I pick up their deck and I start shuffling. And I'm like, what sleeves are these? They shuffle really nice. And my opponent, and I'm not even kidding you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, they're Ultra Pro Eclipse. And I was just like, yep.
Well, that checks out.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I used them in all of my drafts and seals of the weekend, and they just felt great, especially after I was shuffling 2 double sleeve decks in Modern.
Oh man, double. I mean, look, they're valuable cards. It's worth it. It's worth it. But at the same time, yeah, my hands are. Then I picked it up and I was like, wow, all right, checks out, like you said.
Yep.
Ultra Pro, check it out.
Everybody, it's time for our GP Vegas tournament report.
It was a brutal weekend.
It was. We lost a lot.
We lost a lot of games.
But you know what? This is what I was going to say early on in the show. I had a feeling at this tournament that the skill of the players was better than any other GP I've ever played.
I agree.
Higher level of skill across the board.
It was a very high level of skill across the board.
So I was very impressed.
I very much agree. So in modern, you picked up your third loss in round 7.
Yep.
In one of the most brutal fashions possible.
Oh, everybody, if you haven't already heard me complain my bad beat story, here you go.
Let's hear it. This is a true bad beat story though. Like
it is.
Oh wow.
I'm playing the foil Bogley boys. I had a round 1 feature match, as did Meghan, and I played Boggles v Boggles if you want to check that out. Played very sloppily, which I am ashamed of, but I managed to win. Anyway, so this is my knockout round. I'm playing versus Hollow One, which is a great deck. I'm like, don't feel that my percentage is too bad versus Hollow One by any means.
No.
Anyway, so we managed to each get a game, and we're in game 3.
Yeah.
And I did not play this match perfectly, by the way. I made one error where I did not attack when I should have. So that is on me. But what happened was my opponent had Tassiger in play and a couple of the Flamewake Phoenixes too. And I had my Boggle suited up with...
it was a Hollow One.
Was it a Hollow One?
It was a Hollow One.
Okay.
And a pair of Flamewakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My Boggle had, a couple of Rancors on it.
Yeah.
These kinds of things to give it trample. And I was very excited to go to the next turn because I was sure if I drew something good. Basically, I think anything maybe. I can't recall exactly.
I think that you were... Yes. The race was very close.
It was very, very close.
Because your opponent was attacking you for something like 7 and then 9.
Yeah.
6 and then 8. Sorry, yeah. It's 6 and then 8. But your Boggle was pretty big. You were attacking
large.
back for 5.
Yeah.
Every turn also.
And so I was like, I could have this in the bag, depending. Yeah. Anyway, so... The Hollow One deck does what it does, and my opponent read me and thought that my last card in hand was a Daybreak Coronet.
Yes.
It was not. It was an irrelevant card.
Yeah. It was a Leyline of Sanctity.
It was a Leyline of Sanctity, which I did not have 4 mana for, in case you're wondering, because I did have an Ethereal Armor on that bog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he plays the card that
Burning Inquiry.
Makes you feel bad. Burning Inquiry,
Oof.
Discard, draw 3.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, you know what?
Each player.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Each player. So I draw them. I have 4 cards. I lay them out, roll the dice, randomly choose which 3 to discard.
Yeah.
What hits the bin? Daybreak Coronet. Daybreak Coronet. I think it was an Umbra.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God. All 3 of those cards.
It was really brutal.
I win the next turn.
Yeah.
On the literal spot. But no, they are all in my graveyard.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, if you're looking at it and it's in one of your next 2 draws, you would have had a Daybreak Coronet 100%, right?
Yes.
And that would have swung that race because it was just a classic race. And Daybreak Coronet, where does it shine the most if not in a straight up race?
It hurt. It was so painful, and a bunch of people were watching too. So
it was really brutal. It was
really brutal. Anyway, so lost in round number 7. You lost in round number 8.
Oh gosh, I really
playing
did.
for day 2, which is probably the most brutal way to exit a tournament.
It was rough, especially after. So in round 7, I played against turns, and I already had 2 losses at this point, and I my opponent plays a Howling Mine on 2, and I'm just like, I'm in trouble. This matchup is so horrendously bad for Red Green Titan, and it's my opponent just manages in game 1 just fizzles.
Wow.
Which is just almost unheard of because he had both a Howling Mine and a Dictative Crewfix, and at the end, a Jace the Mind Sculptor in play.
Oh.
All of these things. And just fizzles, and I'm able to untap and kill him. And it's just that's really rough. And then in game 2, I just I have a Rex Sage for his Howling Mine when he plays it. And then manage to get there from there because if that deck's not drawing a bunch of extra cards, it is a lot more difficult for it. To win. But I brought this up in part because like I got there with that game and I was just like, oh my goodness, I actually have a chance. When I sat down and my opponent was on turns, I was like, I have no chance. So I make it through that one. I'm like, I have a chance. Later on, I ran into that guy and it turns out that he is friends with RK Post.
Oh.
And he's also well known in his scene as a turns player.
That's funny.
And he gave me a little token because sometimes if you like stack extra turns, like if in the same turn you like miracle
how
a
many
mastery
turns you have
and you like play a time warp or something. Yeah. So like you want to keep track of how many turns you have stacked. And so RK Post sells a little token and the art is of this guy. It was awesome. He gave me a token later. He was just like, "Oh, I'm friends with RK and like I know like I play turns and people know that I play turns." So he sells this token.
I love it.
And I looked at it and it is exactly this guy. It's hilarious. It was great. So that was awesome. That was a really nice thing. But then I played against, of all things, Blue Black Fairies.
Unbelievable.
Blue Black Fairies. And like I don't know that my play was especially tight. And I lost in 3. That being said, I drew a lot of lands.
Isn't that what you want
in games 1 and 3? When none of them are Valakut the Molten Pinnacle, no. The answer is no.
Okay, yeah.
In game 1, I had 1 Valakut, and I was like, but he had a Bitter Blossom, so it was just like even at 1 land a turn, I'm like barely keeping up with being able to kill his stuff. And eventually he just like plays a couple of other things, and he has a sword that he puts on them, and I'm like, okay. And then in game 3, none of them were Valakut. So my lands did nothing. It was brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
We suffered a lot of brutal lessons. Lessons and losses made into one word.
Yes. Losses.
This weekend. And the same was true in limited.
Oh boy.
When did I get out in limited? Pretty early.
Yeah.
My deck, however, I was very excited with my pool because it had some sweet stuff going on.
Yeah.
I had double Rona. I played a blue, black, and then I splashed for white for Blessed Light and Seal Away historic deck. And I had the Weatherlight and various other artifacts, synergies happening, which made it to really fun. Cloud Reader Sphinx is just a good card, stuff like this. But, for whatever reason, the deck could just not get there. Yeah. I really actually couldn't tell you why, because I think the cards are pretty good. And I don't think I made a lot of play mistakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like a lackluster story, but there you go.
Yeah. Mine was my build was interesting because I think I ended up playing one of my rares because my rares included, among other things,
Curator's Ward.
Curator's Ward. Wait, no, that's not the one that I'm thinking of.
That's a hexproof one.
That's not a rare.
It is.
Is it? No.
Okay.
It's the other dumb blue card.
The other dumb blue. Oh, I know what you're talking. Precognition Field.
Yes. It was Precognition Field. Urza's Ruinous Blast, which had I had like enough legends.
Why not?
Could be good, but in this case, no.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to
look it up. Did you tweet a photo of this, by the way?
I did.
I think you did.
I did. So people can see it if they want.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. Precognition Field, Primeval's Glorious Rebirth, The Antiquities War.
Okay.
Urza's Ruinous Blast. Then I played an Ariel Knight of Windgrace. And then, my other one, I want to say my other rare was the red-blue duel.
Get toasted.
Oh boy, it was rough. That being said, my pool is actually like I had so much removal. I was playing green black splashing Ariel, and I had like a blood tallow candle, a fungal infection, an ancient animus, a vicious offering, 2 eviscerates.
All right.
Yeah, and I want to say that I'm like even forgetting some piece of removal because I had so much. So that was nice. And I could kick sapling migrations, and I had a Thallid Omnivore. But sometimes like the ground would just get so gummed up. Yeah. And I couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. Which is how I ended up losing matches. Also one time my opponent just had like enough flyers that I couldn't remove all of them.
I died. Well, not died. I ended my last match of the day in a draw, which was a little unfortunate. And the game was absolutely bonk towns because my opponent had a black blade
Yeah.
And a Mesa unicorn.
Oof.
And I had already used two of my, I had eviscerate and settle score. I already used those on two things that had been wearing the blade, I'm pretty sure. But in my pool, I had 0 ways to deal with a black blade.
Same.
0.
Same.
So I just had to keep jumping and fighting my way through. Finally found my last piece of removal for the Mesa unicorn, but time had been called. So
wow.
yeah, that was the craziest game. At one point, life totals, I also had a life linker because I had my Onsera's wings on my turtle. Obviously, I'm going to do that. And
you monster.
So it was like something like 87 to 65 or something like that. It was just so stupid. Dominaria Limited. I still loved playing it, but
it was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Some people may have already heard my story of my opponent who was keeping track of.
This is a PSA.
Yes, his trying to keep track of his tokens. He had 01 cleric tokens from Rite of Belzenlock.
Yeah.
He had 1/1 saplings from many ways to make saplings, and he had the 6/6 demon from Rite of Belzenlock.
Yeah.
Was trying to keep track of all of these with just spare change.
No.
From his pocket.
Don't do it.
I was so frustrated.
Don't do it.
So this is a PSA. I wish that I had been firmer. At a point, I had made 01 cleric tokens for him out of little scraps of paper because I was like, "You're not doing this."
Yeah.
I wish that I had. In the future, if you're in that position, just so you know, especially if you had a GP, you can call a judge. And get tokens. You can make your opponent, like you can call a judge for your opponent and be like, I need my opponent to be representing these with tokens.
Yes, I 100% of the time will ask my opponent to please represent with a token. Because a lot of time people just put down dice, and that's fairly common. So they'll put down a 2 dice on 2 for 2 soldiers. In my brain, that doesn't work.
Exactly.
So
and
I
it's
just
like
give them tokens or whatever.
It's just about keeping track of the board state, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that it's your opponent's responsibility to do that. If you have tokens, and it's also yours, like if you have tokens, it's your responsibility to keep a clear board state where everyone knows what type of tokens they are, how many of them there are, and whether they are tapped or untapped.
Whether they're tapped.
And that is the biggest thing,
right?
Is that with dice and with coins, you can't tell. So even if it's, I also had like some squares of paper. I've started keeping like little squares of paper in my tokens. I have like a little tokens wallet.
Yeah, just write it.
And then you can just write it.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. So that's my PSA. Like I said, I wish that I had been more firm. I was like clear with the 01s. I was just like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
But I wish that I had also like made him get a 6/6 demon token, made him get 1/1 sapling tokens.
Yeah, and normally, don't be afraid. Your opponent should be totally into it. Like, hey, please, I just can't comprehend this. Let's just put some tokens.
And I'll be clear. I'm gonna be firm right now. If they are upset by your request, they're a jerk and they're trying to get an easy win out of you.
That's unreasonable.
By being unclear with the board state.
Yeah.
So like they owe it to you. You owe it to yourself. Have a clear board state.
They owe it to themselves.
Go get tokens.
Seriously, yes, I would get messed up if I was keeping.
I know, right? And just because they're able to do it doesn't mean that it's acceptable for them to expect you to be okay with it.
I even do it at pre-release.
Yeah.
I do it everywhere. I just cannot handle dice or whatever being used as creatures. That just my brain can't handle it.
So I think that would be my bit. If you take anything away from this, remember, if your opponent is like, well, I'm keeping track of it this way, fine. But it is 100% acceptable for you to be like, I can't. Like they are not allowed to expect you to be able to keep track of their cluttered board state if they're not being clear and representing it.
Right.
So, go advocate for yourself.
So yeah, there you go. That was our modern.
Or you can call us, and I'll come and
Meghan
be there, and I'll be like,
she will bring
you
this
get
service.
Your tokens.
She will offer this service at any GP.
Yes, if I'm there, you can.
All right, everybody, time for a brand new segment here called The Button.
That's right, everyone. This is born of an app and a website. Where it gives you basically a scenario and asks you if you will press that button or not. We're going to do the same thing right here.
Yes, we are.
So here's our question.
Will you press this button?
If you press this button, you will make the top 8 of every Pro Tour.
Wow.
That you attend.
Okay.
But in the quarterfinals, you will always punt horribly, causing you to lose the match. It will be on camera, and it will be the only thing that you were known for.
You'll be
everyone will
as
know.
that person.
Everyone who knows your name in Magic will be like, oh yes, that person who always has the most embarrassing, terrible punts.
Yep.
In the quarterfinals of the Pro Tour.
And you are not allowed, by the way, to tell people that this is the deal you have made. So you can't be like, look, it's a magical thing. They said I could have the top 8 and whatever. No. You just have to be like, yeah, I'm terrible. I make terrible punts regularly.
I passed the first turn of the game without playing a land because I just forgot.
You have to own up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess this is my follow-up question.
Yes.
Am I... In this button press scenario, am I guaranteed to always make every Pro Tour?
That's a great question. I would say once you get there, you're going to make the next one every time because it cues you.
Yeah.
You're going to be freaking platinum, man.
I will be rich with magic money.
I would say it is still up to you
to make the first
one.
Okay.
But all you have to do is make the first one because then you're going to make the quarterfinals. I'm going
to be in the Hall of Fame. Like,
you're going to be in the Hall of Fame
pretty
for sure.
quick.
Or will you be? Because people will be like, you know that knowing Magic players, there will be the debate of like, oh my goodness, she's like, she has to be one of the best players of all time, right? She's made literally the quarterfinals of every single Pro Tour she has ever played. Every single time. But at the same time, is she actually that good because she punts?
Look at those punts are terrible.
Look at those punts in the quarterfinals. They're so bad.
Okay. So I think the fundamental bottom of this question is, do you want the money?
Yes.
And the fame?
Yes.
And the recognition, bad or good?
Yeah.
Or do you play Magic because you like to play Magic and you like, you're still going to play Magic and stuff.
Yeah.
But
and
you're not going to win based on your merits once you're in the Pro Tour.
Here's also my caveat though. I will say that you can't, you won't be able to just show up at the Pro Tour every time. Like you can't go 4 months without playing and then show up and do it. You have to put in some amount of work.
I can't bring a deck that's all lands.
You cannot bring a deck that's all lands. You have to, I'm not saying that you have to go completely wild with it. Like you spent 2 weeks doing nothing else except preparing for the Pro Tour. But it's like you still have to be a consistent player who's, at least playing. I mean, not at all the level that many of the pros are at where they're, playing every single day.
Sure.
A lot of the time. But you do have to be playing. You do have to show up with a deck that you've tested a little bit. You do have to know the draft format a little bit. Not nearly the amount of work that it takes to make the quarterfinals, but you can't just show up.
And this is nothing to say of how well I'm going to do at GPs or anything.
No.
It has nothing.
It is just the quarterfinals.
This is
just the Pro Tour.
I'm not pressing this button.
Really?
No.
I think I pressed the button.
But then all your life, you're just going to be like, am I really any good? Or is it just the power of the button?
Do you know what? I think I would be okay with that. I'll be honest. I feel like I don't know about that part, but I feel like for me, it's like my temperament is such that if people are giving me crap about my punts, I'll just be able to be like, do you know what? I just get super nervous when I get there and I become a wreck, right? I feel like I can laugh it off.
I can see that.
I can laugh it off. And if I ever can't, then it's just I'll take a break.
Well, I mean, you're doing okay. You're gonna get what is a top 8 for you get $5,000 or $2,500 or something?
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could live with myself. Think about this.
That's legitimate.
You're knocking somebody out every time that quote unquote deserves to be there.
I mean, I feel like, again, I had to make the first one on my own.
Yeah, you do.
So I don't know.
So screw up.
Yeah. Yes.
What's your question to our button? Answer to our button question?
Yes. One.
Do you press this button?
Tweet at us with your answer to it with the hashtag top 8 punt.
Top 8 punt, hashtag top 8 punt. And give us your reason.
Yes,
as well.
We'd love to know it. Also, you can, if you're a member of the Discord, hop on over there and give us your own questions. We want to keep doing this segment. We think it's a lot of fun. So you have to give us, it's a scenario in which there's obviously a lot at stake, but also a significant downside.
Yes. Yeah.
Magic related.
So what was the hashtag top 8 punt?
Yes.
Okay.
Top 8 punt. This week you can also use that to tweet at us your new question.
Okay, great.
Will you press this button?
Everybody, that was a big long episode for you.
Wow, it really was.
It's our longest in quite some time, but we had a lot to talk about.
There's just so much happening. We had a great time at Vegas.
Yes.
It was so wonderful. Shout out again to everyone that we saw there. It was
amazing
so
time.
Great.
We did some crazy cool stuff and really excited for the next one, despite being complete wreck at the end.
Yes. Oh. There was a point at which, I will say this, going back really quickly to the limited portion.
Yeah.
In like round 5, when I'm about to pick up, no, not round 5, in round 6, I'm about to pick up my third loss. And I just realized as it's happening, I was like, do you know what? I'm not upset.
I'm fine with whatever happens.
I was literally sitting there. I was just like, I'm about to lose this game. And I'm so okay with it. Like I'm not upset at all.
This was when I was playing in Modern, I did not feel well. Yeah. And like I remember saying that I felt like a garbage disposal that went down another garbage disposal. That's how I felt.
Yes.
But yeah, you can hang out with us and follow our exploits.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/MTAcast, the vlog posted this week. Check that out.
Exciting.
Yeah. But
Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.
As always, to everyone who is a patron of the show. If you are not yet a patron of the show, go over. Remember, it's just as though a stranger is showing up in your house and taking 13 cents out of it every day. Except they're not strangers. It's us.
That's not creepy at all.
It's not weird.
Hey, we're not even going to announce ourselves. We're just going to sneak
into your home, take 13 cents out of it somewhere, and leave.
Do you have a change jar? I mean, that's a way to look at it.
Exactly. So anyways, thank you to everyone who is already letting us into their homes to take their spare change every day.
You let us into your ears every week.
Exactly.
Why not your homes as well?
Thank you as well to our sponsors, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTAcast and Ultra Pro. Being part of the MTA family.
Yeah, thank you so much. Next week, more from M19.
Yes, we'll have all that juicy pre-release gossip.
And we've got to get Rob on here to talk about the pre-release.
Oh, wow. Yeepers.
Wow. Okay, we just realized we've got to make some calls.
Wow. Well, everyone, we'll be back after we've sent a very important email.